Lawyer pleads not guilty to molesting students. Tun M sad over lack of parliamentary democracy. I'm Desiree Gasper and this is Cuppa News. There is now a new twist to the molest incident involving two university students at a condo in Bandar Sungai Long, Kajang. The 33-year-old lawyer who reportedly turned himself in decided to plead not guilty to the charges. Michael Anthony was charged under Section 354 of the Penal Code for assault or use of criminal force on a person with intent to outrage modesty when he allegedly touched the buttocks of Crystal Chua at 3:30 p.m. on November 1st. He was also accused under Section 511 of the Penal Code for attempting to commit the same offence on Tammy Ong. During mitigation, Anthony's lawyer, Datuk Gerald Gomez, argued that the complainants had resorted to trial by media by posting video clips, homemade videos and giving interviews to the press even before the police completed their investigation. Based on the report, he said there was no violence used or injury sustained by the complainants. He clarified that contrary to media reports, Anthony did not turn himself in but reported himself to the police station when notified. Gomez then requested the court to order the complainants not to publish any evidence relating to the case on social media, as the accused has not even faced trial. Magistrate Fadzilatul Isma Ahmad Refga agreed and ordered the complainants to refrain from publishing any material on the case on the internet. She then set bail for the two charges at 4,000 ringgit and 3,600 ringgit respectively, with one surety and case for mention on December 9th. In other news, GrabCar has removed a driver from its platform who allegedly flashed a female passenger in Petaling Jaya on November 5th. The victim had detailed her harrowing experience in a series of tweets. Once she was dropped off, she reported the matter to Grab Malaysia and was advised to lodge a police report. She, however, tweeted that she was afraid to do so as the driver knew her details. Grab Malaysia, however, reassured that the driver had been removed and assistance would be provided to the victim. In a separate development, the IGP has dismissed allegations that he owned a 5.5 million ringgit mansion dubbed Istana Mantin in Negeri Sembilan. The Sun reported Tan Sri Khalid Abu Bakar as saying that the accusation was made out of spite over action taken against the accuser, MyWatch chairman Dato' R. Sri Sanjeevan, over a string of crimes. He also said that he would leave it to the MACC to conduct an investigation. Sanjeevan lodged a report with the MACC on Monday and claimed to have evidence showing that the mansion in Mantin was allegedly paid for by the heads of illegal gambling syndicates. Who would have thought that after stepping down in 2003, former Prime Minister Tun Dr. Mahathir Mohamad would make his first official appearance in Parliament to discuss the erosion of parliamentary immunity with opposition MPs? Speaking to reporters after the meeting, Dr. Mahathir expressed sadness over the alleged oppression of opposition lawmakers.
After so many years, this is your first time set in Parliament as an opposition leader. How do you feel?
I'm not an opposition leader. I'm very sad because today's Parliament is not the Parliament that we used to have since the time of Tunku Abdul Rahman. At that time, we were very free, and we, even though we have opposition parties, it doesn't mean that we arrest or detain opposition parties, excepting when they actually break the rule about not trying to instigate fights between different races. Otherwise, there was no action taken against anybody.
He also slammed Dewan Rakyat Speaker Tan Sri Pandika Amin Mulia for allegedly being biased towards the government.
Dan sekarang ini wakil rakyat yang ditugas untuk menyatakan dalam Dewan tentang masalah-masalah yang menimbul kegelisahan di kalangan rakyat juga tidak diberi hak untuk bercakap. Tetapi sekarang ni mereka tidak boleh melapor. Kalau mereka melapor, mereka akan disoal oleh polis, ditangkap, dihadapkan ke mahkamah atas tuduhan yang tidak ada asas sama sekali.
He was referring to former ministers Tan Sri Muhyiddin Yassin, Datuk Sri Shafi Abdal and Datuk Sri Husni Hadnadzla, who are being investigated for alleged sedition and breaching the Official Secrets Act by revealing cabinet meeting details on 1MDB. Meanwhile, UMNO Information Chief Tan Sri Anwar Musa was asked to comment on Dr. Mahathir's presence at the opposition-called meeting.
Former lawmakers or ex-prime minister, when you bring them to parliament, it's just like bringing an antique car to Formula One race. Nice to see, but you cannot use them. As far as lawmakers are concerned, you have the liberty and you have the opportunity to speak in parliament. Any side shows are all cheap stunts as far as I'm concerned.
They showed off their martial arts prowess in front of the Malaysia Kini office last Saturday, and now the Red Shirts are offering 2,000 of their members as security personnel for Bersih's rally on November 19th with one condition.
Tetapi kalau mereka bersetuju nak berhimpun di kawasan, contohnya dalam stadium di Shah Alam, kerana Shah Alam ini adalah negeri mereka, ya, kami rela bersedia untuk menjadi pengawal keselamatan kepada mereka di dalam stadium Shah Alam ataupun stadium Bukit Jalil, di mana-mana stadium. Kami dah bincang tadi, kami akan memberikan sumbangan tenaga seramai 2,000 orang untuk menjadi pengawal keselamatan kepada Bersih ini kalau mereka ini berhimpun di dalam stadium. Tetapi kalau mereka ini engkar, masih lagi nak turun ke dataran merdeka, jangan cabar kami. Kami sudah bersiap siaga untuk berhadapan dengan mereka.
Meanwhile, Malay Mail Online reported that Bersih 2.0 chairman Maria Chin Abdullah had declined Jamal's conditional offer. She told the news portal that her electoral reform group has 1,000 volunteers for the street rally and is confident that the police would also help to ensure safety. Maria further noted that the Bersih 5 venue has been fixed and will not be moved to a stadium as suggested by the authorities. Both Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump are giving one last push to set themselves apart in the race by laying out what's at stake if their political opponent were to win this election.
Can you imagine having Hillary Clinton for 4 years? Can you imagine? Hillary Clinton's only allegiance is to herself, her donors, and her special interests.
Now, there is a clear choice in this election. A choice between division or unity. Between an economy that works for everyone or only those at the top. Between strong, steady leadership or a loose cannon who could put everything at risk.
Clinton's comfortable lead had eroded since late last month and investors had been unnerved by the tightening race. Latest polls by Fox News and CBS News show Clinton in the lead over Trump, but only by 4 percentage points. Zooming in on the two candidates' foreign policy. What would a Trump or Clinton presidency mean for Malaysia, especially with China becoming increasingly assertive in its relations with the country?
If Clinton wins the presidency, I think basically there will be a continuation in the US foreign policy towards Malaysia. Probably Clinton, with her hawkish stance, will maybe take a harder line about South China Sea. They will take a tough position on human rights issues, and you will see more intervention from the US. For Trump presidency, I would say it's very difficult to judge. He has never shared, his foreign policy ideas. Given his inexperience and rash decision, flip-flop position, I'm not sure what's going to happen. I hope we will see less intervention from the US under Trump with his isolationist tendencies.
Dr. Shakila, meanwhile, predicts a close fight as neither Clinton nor Trump have a clear advantage.
And this election is historic in the sense that the two candidates are very unpopular. After the economic crash in 2007, the American people become very disillusioned. I would compare with the Great Depression era, where Franklin Delano Roosevelt had to come out and conduct these fireside chats to convince the American people that the democracy did not fail them. It's that kind of situation that you're looking at now. The majority of the American people are anti-establishment. They do not want the status quo. That's the reason why you see a large number of supporters, for Trump. And it doesn't mean that they're supporting Trump's values. They just want change. And they see that change coming through Trump.
If Americans do not come out and vote, she said Clinton might lose the election. In other news, authorities in Fukuoka City, southern Japan, are currently working to stop an expanding sinkhole that triggered power outages, disrupted public transportation, and left a 4-lane intersection in ruins. Japanese media say the sinkhole near Hakata Station is about 30 meters long, 27 meters wide, and 15 meters deep. The prefectural government is investigating the possibility that the hole may have been caused by an ongoing construction to extend current subway lines in the city. Philippine jails are in a difficult situation trying to accommodate a surge of new inmates in already packed cells. More than 20,000 people have been arrested and detained after President Rodrigo Duterte took power and promised a crackdown on illegal drugs. One jail near Manila, built to hold 800 inmates, is now holding 3,400 people. Detainees sleep in halls and stairwells and share each toilet with 150 men. Remember that movie starring Samuel L. Jackson with a lot of snakes?
Can anybody hear me?
Well, passengers on board Aeromexico flight got a real-life snakes on a plane moment when a slithery reptile was found in the cabin. A video on social media shows the snake wriggling as if its tail was stuck above a window seat before partially dangling in mid-air. Another video on YouTube shows passengers distancing themselves from the snake. The plane landed in Mexico City and Aeromexico said it was investigating how the snake ended up in the cabin.
I don't mean to sound hysterical, but after that snake story, I'm going to be staying well away from the window seat for now. Have a great evening, everyone.